Alrighty, guys, welcome to another episode of the Mark for Live Wrestling Podcast. My name is Jeff Bailey.
I'm Jerry Jones.
Oh my God. Whew. Dynamite was just something else.
I thought you were going to say Dynamite was just dynamite.
Jimmy Walker. Just, oh my God. Jimmy Walker would have walked in the room, first match, heard about the card, head explode.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. That's what's happening.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
I want to say just something. Okay. Been a wrestling fan for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in and out. You have your ebbs and flows of how much you can be into it, how much you're watching.
Yeah,
I know this. And there are some times when I would just turn on a 3-hour episode of Raw and I would used to think, what did I do to deserve this?
And
I would be like, oh God, what do I have to watch tonight? What boredom is going to come in this 3 hours? What because there's always going to be just good dog.
Right.
And I would always think, how did I get to this? And now it's like AEW is like, what did I do to deserve this? This is amazing. This is what we wanted. I'm getting the go home show to a pay-per-view that I've always wanted.
Man,
oh God, what gifts! Tony Khan is just giving you the best. I mean, this is what wrestling's supposed to be like, guys. This is what it feels like.
It's wrestling for wrestling fans.
Yes. Yes. I mean, that's all we are. I mean, we're going to tell you all this, guys. This is not a for-profit show yet. We're just two wrestlers, and we like to get on here and talk about it.
Yes.
And this is just, I mean, this is what we like. This is what we've been dreaming of. I mean, just full fever pitch going into a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And the ending with the champion holding the gold, with the mastermind laughing and the challenger just in a puddle of his own blood.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That's just imagery. You can't, that's what you want.
Yeah.
Priceless going into a pay-per-view.
I mean, all I can say, first of all, anyone who's watching our show, most anybody who's watching our show, probably not everybody, but most anybody who's watched the show, our show watched Dynamite. So we're not really giving anything away.
No.
But again, I'm the broken record. Here I go again with the broken record. One of my broken records is the storytelling in this, in this promotion. It's unrivaled. And that's not a subjective claim. I mean, I shouldn't say it's unrivaled. I would say it's unmatched by the other predominant, the larger
big wrestling
big dog. Yeah. Because there are other promotions who are certainly doing really good storytelling. But when we think about the two, when you think about the
Impact
mothership,
crushing. I just wish Impact was bigger.
Yeah.
And bigger and more relevant.
Yeah. Tonight it'll be interesting to see what Impact does based on. Tonight was
clearly Don was on the show. So.
I mean,
clearly that says something. And then New Japan. You get the New Japan.
Yeah.
Rocky showing up for their first match. And then they just go ahead and tell you that, oh yeah, by the way, guys, the best friends are now in chaos.
Right.
They're full members of Chaos now in New Japan. So that's pretty kind of, I don't know if that tickles your fancy at all, but
I kind of thought you guys are kind of it's not bearing the lead because there were so many leads in this 2-hour show, but man, I'm like, hey, that's kind of a big deal. But I love how they were just kind of matter. I almost like the fact how matter of fact they were about
so
that.
Good. So good. And just going in, this is just a stacked card.
Yeah.
On going in. But that's the thing. You're not giving anything away from the pay-per-view, but you're giving everybody just tons of wrestling right before it.
Think about how many shows we've seen probably in our lives before a pay-per-view and the principal actors aren't there. They show up, they make an appearance on, the weekly show, but they don't wrestle, or it's some kind of a sham kind of deal. Bryan Danielson
wrestles every week.
Every week.
I am gonna open the show and wrestle. And hey, you don't want to, if you ain't first, you're going to be last, or right in the middle.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much just kicking off almost every show.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that means that they trust him too. They trust that he's gonna have an awesome match. That he's guaranteed to give you goods. And he did.
Yeah.
And Romero was awesome.
Romero looked great, man.
I love that, man. God,
he had some great spots.
Fucking wrestling tights, dude.
Oh yeah,
goddamn wrestling tights. I love the Black Tiger. Harking back to the Black Tiger mask days. But goddamn, he is some awesome, innovative offense. Got to see a little more of that New Japan style. And then they just had a submission fest there at the end. And I loved it. I mean, that was some great wrestling, epic chain wrestling. And I did love the Orange Cassidy interaction. And did play a little bit of the almost heel manager without saying anything, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
If you can do that, get away with that with just putting your hands in your pockets, I think that says that you're a pretty talented guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can pretty much get any crowd to believe anything you can do.
Yeah.
And that's, if that isn't saying that he's over, I don't know what it is. But just some great stuff in this match, man. That running sliced bread. I mean, some great moves, amazing maneuvers to see hit tonight.
Yeah.
And just this kicked off an amazing night of just some. If this was a first time watching for anybody out there, I think you got to see an awful lot of really cool shit.
Yeah, that was some really
out of the wrestlers tonight.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, we go on from that match to the Inner Circle coming out to hang out with Shivani. Man. I guess talk about Shivani's. They're going to interview Shivani about his graphic novel, right? That was
the.
No, of course they were going to run their mouths about American Top Team for the 8,000th time.
Yeah,
but Dan Lambert had other plans.
Element of surprise, baby. I kind of liked the spot. I really did. I
beat down. You need to teach that Bellator guy how to throw convincing
elbows
that are going to be recorded on camera.
Right. You're like, it's like, it's like when you're wrestling with your little.
You're not even getting close.
Yeah.
Come on, sunshine.
Yeah. That was
That was but. I did, but then you get, instead of getting Lambert to just do his thing and be awful on the mic, they instead, guess what they did?
I think they're listening.
Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page talk.
They're listening to wrestling fans. Been
doing this whole time.
I think they're listening to us, man. They're like, yeah, we want more Ethan Page. We want more Scorpio Sky. We want more wrestlers.
Look at the promo Ethan Page gives you leaving that spot.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah.
That was great. That's what we've been wanting. It's what I wanted from this whole thing. And we're finally getting it. And then hopefully, I think it's Sammy pins. Sammy pins Dan Lambert.
You think that's what's going to happen?
I mean, I kind of would. That gets Sammy over big time. I mean, Jericho doesn't need to pin anybody.
Yeah.
That doesn't do anything for anybody.
Yeah.
Let Santana pin him. Let Ortiz. Don't let Jake Hager pin him, because that's pointless.
What I would love to see is, Paige and Scorpio Sky turn on America Top Team. Just to get them out of here, just to kind of say, hey, like, we're doing our own thing. We don't need America Top Team, something. something needs to happen at Full Gear to where we don't see them.
I mean, this again, they've done this in Impact. They've done it. It's been done. It always ends. Dan Lambert getting humiliated, beaten down in a ridiculous way, and then sail away.
Yeah.
It's been done. And that's what it will be.
Yeah.
I see them getting humiliations galore on Saturday night, and then hopefully off into the sunset.
Yeah, let's hope. And let's hope
that's the plan.
But we know in this episode that sometimes people leave and then they just come back.
They do. I mean, that's a thing.
Some are more welcome than others. I'll put it that way.
Dan Lambert's getting a stiff boot to the crotch every time, I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I'm all right with it. If he's not, get the fuck out of here, please. It's just a video.
Did you know that I learned listening to Dan Levitard when Tony Khan was on that Masvidal is he's QAnon.
Oh God, get them all out of here.
Yeah,
get them all out of here.
We don't normally talk politics, but QAnon is beyond politics.
Get them out of here.
Yeah, get out of here.
Where's your brain?
Forget about it.
Check for the brain.
That's
all I need. Look. It's called some critical thinking. Learn how to do a little bit of it.
Yeah,
and come back.
Yeah,
please. Moving on. Get the 6-lady tag.
Yeah,
and the DMD squad get full Brit entrance. Just makes me happy.
The Tony Schiavone.
Did you catch the JR Tony?
Oh,
JR Tony heat?
Yeah. Yeah.
Overall. Tony's honey hole somewhere.
Like yeah. Oh yeah. And
JR's outing him on TV.
That JR's outing him on TV, Excalibur, and then JR's like JR is like, interesting how this promo got read right now. And Excalibur's like, I know. It's the craziest thing.
Oh my God. It's getting a little real.
This is, I have a feeling that, I haven't really paid attention to.
Remember we joked around that JR Tony used to throw each other so much shade during the Monday Night War.
Yeah, I have a feeling there's something in JR's cup, man. JR's got a little something
getting him through
here. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. What'd you think of the match?
The ladies match was spectacular. It was really, really good. I just love to Turner where the referee just like loses complete control of the match. It's like Jamie pulled was it I can't remember who Jamie pulls out of the ring.
Did she pull Anna?
It's just like he just loses complete
control
of the match for a couple of minutes. And it does what it needs to do. I mean, but that spot with Thunder Rosa with that huge crossbody with Jamie was that was one of the best looking extreme moves, lady moves. I've seen the ladies do it a while and it looked great. Yeah, it looked really, really, really good.
I'm looking forward to their match.
Thunder Rosa got up in the rafters and Jamie sold it perfectly. It looked really, really good. It makes me think that they're going to have a great match.
It's going to be a really
and
good
then
match.
we're getting those matches. They're getting like a tag team of that to warm up.
Yeah.
So Nyla and Jamie against Sheeta and was it Sheeta and Thunder Rosa to kick off Full Gear. So I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Jamie getting on pay-per-view makes me happy. I like it. Like a lot. But yeah, I mean, Britt's being Britt, and the whole idea that she's scared of Ty Conti.
Right.
I love it that she's scared of her. That's just they could paint that narrative really, really well on TV, but it's just, it's making for some good story.
Any chance
Britt's
at
eyes
all.
Are just
the
best.
Any chance at Full Gear?
The Ty takes the belt.
Ty takes the belt.
No, I mean, if anything, I could see her. With backup help shenanigans from the DMD squad, I don't see her losing. I mean, if they want to make it not so clean, so be it. I mean, that's their choice. Again, I just love that they let matches happen and they end.
Yeah,
people win. I hate DQ. DQ is like the worst.
Yeah.
And I'm just really, really glad they don't do it in AEW. Yeah. I've seen 2 live events, no DQs in any matches. Every match ended with an ending. Somebody got pinned or submitted to finish the match.
I heard on Raw that Kevin Owens lost by countout to Seth Rollins because of Big E kind of, and I'm like, oh, come on. Like,
there you go. What did I do to deserve watching this?
Yeah.
Kevin Owens 20 minutes watching this wrestling match that now ended.
KO deserves
it just
better.
Ended.
Free KO. Free KO.
Free him.
Yeah.
Rushmore.
Yeah.
Oh, what did you think of the whole Bobby Fish run in? Am I jumping too far ahead?
No, I
kind of lost my match order.
I think you're
just popped into my head because I love the Bucks immediately retorting. This is our era,
right? Well, because it was
you guys may have been pals.
Yeah, it was Jungle Boy versus
our time.
Yeah, we skipped Jungle Boy.
Yeah, Jungle Boy. Sorry, Jungle. What a match! Oh my gosh, boy. And it's just being brought, and I mean, these matches have just been so good.
Yeah.
And I think he's evolving. I see the growing out the beard. He's he's like, making everybody think about it. He's growing up. Jungle Jack. It's time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got the hair, beard.
Yeah. I will tell you that I was disappointed with Max Caster's rap.
It wasn't the strongest.
It was not. He could have made all sorts of he could have made a Carson Wentz reference. There's all sorts of things he could have done with stuff. He wasn't feeling it. That was a good match. Seeing Bobby Fish, I will say
the Bowens push.
Yeah,
I mean, there's the Bowens push and part of this. I mean, Bowens had 2 very high level singles matches.
Oh yeah,
recently.
I like him. I like his ring presence. I just like him. Like I want to not. When I say I like him, he's effective in that his character annoys the crap out of me, and it makes me feel something. I want to boo him.
It does well. It does his job.
Yeah, I want to
something
boo
easily
him.
Not like unlike. Yeah. There's very something easy to not like about him.
Yeah. So the Bobby Fish thing made sense to me almost immediately after I text you, and I'm like, holy shit. But I'd seen a headline that's saying that maybe Nick is a little dinged up. Nick Jackson.
Oh, maybe.
And I don't know. So I don't know if he's a go. For Full Gear or not.
Super Click match.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So it made. I'm like, oh. After I put
Bobby
that together,
Fish would be a pretty good.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And I love that vignette. There's no dispute here. This
no dispute.
Yeah.
No dispute what era we're in here. This is our era. I like that. And but just remind you that everybody's got friends. And man, speaking of friends, do you want Leo Rush to be your friend?
You told me. You warned, it wasn't a warning, but you were just letting me know, like, dude, I'm telling you,
this guy goes.
This guy can get. Oh my gosh!
He didn't even get up on the top rope yet.
I mean, he was just like
about that.
It was like watching a lightning bug. I mean, he was just kind of everywhere.
He's so fast. so quick.
Yeah,
so quick. Changes direction like the drop of a hat. I mean, it's just electric to watch.
Yeah, and I think
so much fun.
He's going to be one of those guys that that crowd was popping for him, like, and I think he's one of those guys that we're supposed to kind of maybe not like or hate.
You're supposed to not like him, but he's just like ridiculously over.
Yeah. His wrestling outfit, I'm like, like you're getting ready to
I think it's I think he's very much it's homage to Rey Mysterio.
Yeah,
the full body suit.
Yeah, but man, he's fun to watch. He and Dante together are fun to watch.
Oh, I mean, dude, I think that can be. I mean, are you thinking singles push for Dante? But I mean, I think that this might be the thing to do.
Yeah, I think for now it is.
There is you are not a second. Again, say it over and over. You're not a second class citizen going for the tag titles.
No,
that is big. That's main event pretty much.
And they talked about it. They like, in order to be a really good tag team wrestler, you got to be a good singles competitor. And honestly, before Leo, Dante didn't have, there's not a whole lot of mic charisma there, if we're being frank.
There ain't any at all.
So,
hey, not everybody is born hot rod with a microphone. I get that.
You're right.
It's gonna take some time, but if that's not your strong suit, you be the strong silent type,
right?
And just demolish people when you have the chance.
Yeah,
and look mean while you do it, I guess.
Yeah,
or just at least look tough. Don't look confused all the time.
Right.
You just look so confused.
Like, how did I get here, and how am I able to do all of these things? It's like he's like a superhero, like the unknowing superhero. Like, I don't understand how I'm able to do all of these things, and how I even wound up in these tights. And
I mean, is he Peter Parker, or is he Dante Martin?
Yeah,
but clearly with Leo backing it up and telling you when to use your awful finishing maneuver, you can time it out right.
But I will say this: Seidel and Moriarty, Seidel and Moriarty look good.
Moriarty is so awesome.
Yeah.
Moriarty is so good.
Yeah. That was.
I look forward to just nothing but spectacular things from these guys.
Yeah,
I mean, so good. So what do we go after this?
Was it the promo? Was it the Punk promo? Punk.
We could.
Eddie?
I mean, that's just the pure anger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that, and you get a little bit of interview between the talking heads, and I love what JR said. Get in there, out wrestle this guy, get your 1, 2, 3, and get the hell out of the ring.
Yeah,
because this guy's gonna fucking beat your head in. He's gonna. I mean, I was trying to think the last time I really saw CM Punk really bloody.
Yeah,
I'm thinking it's like a PWG that I got like from 2004 or 5. I mean, he was pretty much in WWE the entire bloodless. I mean, in its bloodless era. So, I'm kind of curious to see Punk don the Crimson Mask.
Well, but
they are clearly going to beat the tar out of each other.
If you're looking for a device by which Punk can go darker, I think Eddie Kingston's the perfect foil for that. Like,
could be.
I mean, I think it is. I'm calling a shot. We will see the heel moment following this match.
In this match, I mean, it very well could be.
He's gonna snap.
I mean, after that Eddie has that piece come out.
Yes.
And the Players Tribune, which is, oh my God, if you have not read it, what a story. Just a quick sum up of the guy's life, but what a passion for wrestling and what you do. And he's gonna, no matter what, Eddie's gonna come out of this looking pretty good.
Right.
No matter what. He doesn't, there's no losing in this.
Right. He can't lose.
Whether or not he gets pinned or not. Punk has a ton to lose. And I don't see him losing this match, but I see him paying a very, very high price for this victory. And the price is, going to be on that side you're talking about with paying the devil.
I mean,
letting the dark side do the work on this one.
I love the storytelling. I love the release of Eddie's piece in the Players Tribune. And I feel like they alluded to the different trajectories in career path when CM Punk was kind of on the road to going to his, Eddie.
Don't get me wrong. I don't necessarily buy I get it, Eddie. It's hard. Everything's hard for me and everything was shit for me. And you don't, there's a bit of that card in everybody.
Right.
And Phil Brooks did not grow up advantaged. You talk about a guy that literally the guys who coached him literally said, this guy doesn't have an athletic bone in his body. And he built himself into being a legendary professional wrestler. So yes, everybody has to start from somewhere. And, and like I said, clearly CM Punk built a guy with not an athletic bone in his body into a world champion.
Yeah.
Which means that anybody can do it, right?
Right.
In essence. And I think what he's saying is, I saw greatness in you. I saw the things. I saw the look in your eye, which is, if you have that ring charisma and the look and you have that power, that says a lot. And the rest of it's, details. And I think that's kind of what Punk is saying. You weren't the details guy you needed to be.
Right.
I mean, you can say it's the look and whatever else. I don't necessarily buy that because there's other guys who made it far and wide, being not necessarily the full sirloin beef package that Mr. McMahon just seems to adore so much. He's straight, right?
I will say though, here's the thing. I got a bone to pick with the spot that they had tonight. And the bone that I have to pick about the spot is, for the love of God, will you stop?
Why is Ruby Soho out there?
No, not Ruby. I actually like the fact that she's there for Eddie. That pairing actually makes sense. It's the referees. What the hell are referees doing out in the parking lot? Dude. You don't have referees. You don't have referees. You don't have dudes in suits. Okay. And I don't think you have dudes. You don't know. I mean, you've got Arn Anderson's son out there. You had Dustin. Okay. I get that. But, you
need more name. You need more name talent and holding them apart.
I think if you wanted to look more legit, you can't have the referee out there. I'm like, get rid of the referee. And sending out you're sending out a bunch of referees, and last week's promo, which is promo of the year, sending out referees. I mean, come on. Can we stop doing that? Can we stop doing that?
Supposed to break up the fight in the ring. I don't know. I mean,
referees those aren't the people that come to mind. And suits, I don't know. I don't know what I want. I'm like, as great of a promo and as great as spots as they're producing, I'm like, this is the thing. I'm nitpicking now because there's so little for me to get salty about, and I love to be salty about things, that I'm like, enough with the referees. No name talent.
To me, in these scrum things, all that's important is the guys who are holding them back keep their heads down.
Right.
So I can see their angry faces. So that's really, I mean, that's all they really need to be doing. And as long as you're either, I think I like it when it's just a bunch of the kids in the back with security shirts on. I think that always works better for me. And I think that's what you really want, right, Jerry?
Yeah.
Just, a bunch of the no-name kids with security shirts on.
Yeah, no referees.
It always works.
No referees.
I mean, Sting's Army. Then again, I think there was a guy in Sting's Army who was like geriatric.
Yeah.
The other night.
But
that's another one, story for another time.
Did we talk about Ruby's promo? Ruby and Kat?
Yeah, I think we saw a little of it. The Statlander, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm finding no reasons to root for Ruby.
I want to root for Ruby and I want to see her perform well, but based on in-ring performance that I've seen over the last, 4 weeks, Statlander should wipe the floor with her.
Hoping so.
I mean, honestly, it should look like a Jade Cargill match. I mean, that's just kind of,
it might.
It almost needs to be based on what I've seen from Ruby in the ring. And I don't know if she's injured. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing in the ring from her right now. So make it as painless on the viewers as possible.
Well, I mean, I think you got a point there.
Yeah.
I mean, just squash her. Statlander has maybe one of the best finishing maneuvers. The Big Bang Theory is pretty awesome. I'd like to see her just get crushed.
Yeah.
I mean, in the other matches though, that's your weakest match of the semifinals. That's saying that your women's division is really strong.
It is strong.
And again, we're getting a look at the preview of those matches with Nyla and Jamie teaming against Sheeta, and Thunder Rosa before the pay-per-view.
Yep.
So I'm excited. The women's division looks amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I just wish there were more matches. More matches on TV.
Yeah.
Could have done with one more women's match tonight.
And I in particular want to see more of Thunder Rosa on TV. I think she's a phenomenal talent. I want to see her in the ring more.
I'm thinking she's going to be on TV a lot more here in the near future. I'm kind of thinking it's probably going to be maybe her taking the belt from Britt at the pay-per-view, the first pay-per-view of the year.
So you're saying she will not win the TBS championship?
No, I see her getting knocked out of this. I'm seeing that the DMD squad will probably screw her in the tournament.
Yeah.
Just kind of seeing that's the way these matches look like.
You got Jade. Do you have Jade winning this thing?
I think at least going to the final, probably.
Oof. Yeah,
but I think more likely victors are looking like, I think more like Nyla or Statlander. Are looking kind of more like your good contenders for the belt.
I'd love to see Statlander as champion.
Yes, I would too.
I think she'd be great. I mean, any of them would.
Just want to see her wrestle more on television.
Yeah, need her more on television.
I've seen her wrestle on TV in quite a while.
Yeah, and outside of Ruby, I honestly don't see Ruby. I don't see Red Velvet, obviously. I think Nyla would be I think Nyla would be a great champion.
I think she would. I mean, she was the women's champion already. I mean, So I mean, but she's a powerhouse. So I mean, and it says a lot about who you give gold to says something about your company.
Yeah.
Does that say something? Do you know?
Yeah. But
I think that AEW is way more diverse than it's more diverse than WWE, I think. But I think Tony's saying that everybody gets a fair shot at stuff around here.
Well, you can't have that bit show without Jade Cargill. So
I know.
That's kind of who I'm rooting for.
Again, I'm thinking this match with Red Velvet needs to be a banger for her.
She's got to bring
it. She's got to bring it. I think it needs to be a top level match, and it needs to be more. I think again, 5 minutes. What do you think? What's the over under on it? Are we gonna give an over under on this?
Are they wrestling on Friday? Are they?
I don't think so.
No, are they wrestling? I don't
think that their matches. I think their match is going to be post pay per view.
Yeah. I don't know. Like based on what she's doing now, it'll be 5 minutes. But I think in order for this to be a step up match, it needs to be 8 to 10 minutes. It needs to be championship level. It needs to be. I mean, in the way that
gone that long.
I mean, but in the way that Abaddon brought it against Britt Baker. That is what I'm expecting out of both Jade Cargill and Red Velvet. You've got to have an Abaddon, obviously not doing any of the things that Abaddon does, but you've got to make the most.
Where's your draw from your indie experience? I mean, you had to have a 20-minute classic at some point.
Yeah,
in your indie experience, but I just honestly don't think that Jade ever has. She's only been wrestling for like a year.
Well, surprise me in the same way that Dustin surprised me, in the same way that Abaddon surprised me. I need Jade if she's going to be the TBS.
It's like bringing out asking for a miracle, man.
But here's the thing.
Asking for miracles.
Here's the thing, Jeff. That's all that AEW has given us.
Seems to be
straight miracles. Things that we just would not expect.
And lulled to sleep.
Yeah.
Just like Adam Page was at the contract signing tonight.
Wow.
Lulled to sleep.
Before we go there, we've got to talk about Pac.
Pac and just a great match.
Yeah.
Again, not massively invested. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not massively invested, but, it's related to other important things.
I mean, it was just really good wrestling. And it was just a device to get us the spot.
Get us all those guys in the ring.
Yeah.
And it did it. It did it really well. But man, I mean, Dax the Axe. FTR, man. There is just something to be said that I feel like I could pull out a 1985 tape of Nick Bockwinkel and play it
nice
and
call
feel
out.
like you're just feel like it's the same guy.
Yeah.
Just doing the same stuff. And it's just so good.
Yeah.
And it's like, how good is this guy? I mean, man, they hit some just ridiculous spots in this thing. The top rope brainbuster.
Yeah.
Holy F.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought they killed each other a couple times. I mean, and it just says that did it look? I mean, Dax didn't wrestle like a guy who's got a big title match coming up in 3 days.
Well, that's the
wrestled
thing.
with pretty much with no abandon, and it was so good.
All of these performers tonight, knowing that they have these really big matches coming up on Saturday, all of them really put on a show. I mean, they wrestled as if tonight was their pay-per-view match. That's the thing.
For some of these guys, it was.
Yeah.
I mean, Dante Leo,
right.
Seidel, Moriarty, this was pay-per-view for these guys. And they brought it so big, Then you get everybody out to the ring. And then we get I mean, you just get the black, the lights go black.
Yeah.
And you get Malachi Black.
Mm.
And I gotta say, I watched interview with him, and that's the AEW, is it Unrestricted or whatever?
The thing with Tony and Aubrey.
Tony,
yeah,
with Malachi, and he talked about his entrance, and it's like how he wanted to convey it, but just be so simple. He's like, it's just, we're gonna cut the lights twice or 3 times. You know, it's 3 light cuts. That's it. I want it to be so simple.
Yeah,
and just, you know, but that's it. And it's like, man, now the lights go black, just the way like you did in WWE. The lights went black. You just assumed it was going to be the Undertaker or Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
You know, they kind of owned the lights out thing, and now Malachi owns it in AEW, and that's an awesome thing to own.
Yeah. What do you think of the whole Andrade Malachi Black Pinnacle?
I like it.
Alliance. I kind of dig it.
I like it. I mean, it's, dude, if you don't think it almost screams a little Dark 4 Horsemen, you added a heel Cody into the mix.
Yeah.
If they could turn Cody to the dark side, oh man, that'd be something else.
Yeah.
Which is way, I mean, Cody needs to be a bad guy, for God's sake. But
I mean,
let him be the fantasy.
They're trying to keep him as a face. I mean, you know,
he's trying. He's trying so hard. I think
he
keeps telling TK,
yeah,
give me one more shot to get these guys over.
I'm a face.
I'm a baby face.
Yeah.
One more time. Like, no, you're going to be a heel here eventually. It's just the fact.
Yeah, you don't get that neck tattoo and get to be a face, man. No, I'm sorry.
What were you thinking?
Yeah.
Still don't know what you were thinking.
Did he lose a bet?
God, I don't know.
That tattoo is terrible.
No idea.
I mean, the tattoo is nice.
The
placement of it is
weird. It's the device itself is awesome.
Yeah.
Why you got it right here? I don't understand. I've been growing hair myself.
Yeah. That may have been Andrade's best mic moment when he called Cody out, like, "Hey, I got to address the elephant in the room. That stupid tattoo."
Oh man, it's pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, that's all he never needs to say.
Yeah,
and just showing up to be there, just, you know, darkness incarnate now.
Yeah,
beating the tar out of these guys. I like it. And you know, gives us just good stuff going to the pay-per-view when you get a match out of it.
Yeah.
So this match is now 9 matches plus a 10th match as your pre-show.
The buy-in. It was at Anna and who's the buy-in?
It's gonna be, that's the Nyla Rose, Jamie Hayter.
Yeah.
Versus Shida and not Red Velvet. Whoever somebody's wrestling.
Yeah.
Shida and Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
Sorry. Wrestling journalism at its finest, folks, right here.
So we get
finest.
We get the next
contract
signing
for the title match. You know, I'm not a giant fan of contract signings. I don't know about you. There's always usually shenanigans of some sort.
Yeah.
This one seemed pretty straightforward. You know, Hangman coming out being Hangman, strutting down to the ring like he does.
Yeah.
And Kenny comes out in all of his majesty.
Can I just say that when I was watching it, I was looking at Kenny's suit and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, that's an interesting color for him. And in my mind, I'm like, is this a homage?
It's like one of Don's suits.
It's like, it would be like one of Don's suits. I mean, that's what I was thinking at the time. I was like, oh, that's like, oh, he's sending a shout out to Don, is kind of what I thought.
And I thought to myself, man, I'm like, God damn it, we haven't seen Don in like a century. And I love me some Don Callis. Don Callis on the mic, on the commentary is one of my favorite things in the world.
And I just assumed we weren't going to get Don. I thought that door was closed.
Yeah, I thought the Impact door was closed. But I kind of thought, he's with Kenny. He gets to whatever he wants. I mean, you're the champion.
But then again,
anybody gets to come out with you as your manager.
I mean, but then again, we talk about long storytelling, and maybe part of the story is like the door is closed in Impact.
All right. I mean, who knows?
Yeah,
but then, but so we get the, Hangman signs.
Yeah.
Just calls, Kenny out and whatever. And Kenny's like, all right, let me, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, they has gets him to shake hands and again suckers him again.
Yeah.
It's just so brutal. And you're just with the most dastardly moment. You're just kind of like, oh, goddamn, Kenny, you are one son of a bitch. Then all of a sudden the cameraman decks fucking Hangman.
Right.
And it's unveiled to be none other than the invisible hand on Callis.
That was beautiful.
And just
that was a thing of beauty.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled. Making people think that he didn't exist. There he is. The invisible hand shows himself, and it's why he's the best. Yeah. I love it. And then brilliant. Kenny signs the contract
in blood.
With Hangman's blood. I mean, it doesn't get any better going into a review than this, guys. Fucking signed his name in blood. Omega in blood.
So Vince is going to be like, hey, Big E, Roman, which one of you is going to bleed so we can do a contract signing in blood? That was a perfect way to end. You say, so the end of Going Home show. It was excellent.
I mean, there's just so much heat and passion. I mean, I know that my views of Screw Hangman are probably not shared by many people. Everybody wants Hangman to win the belt. And I mean, and this is a 3-year story, and Hangman's our guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of spaced himself away from the other EVPs. And, I think this has always kind of been the design, that eventually once the company was stable and whatever, that this would be the big name guy that would get the belt.
Yeah.
And it's time.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody, everybody's thinking. It's time.
I do believe Paige will walk away from Full Gear with the belt.
I think he will. I just think he loses it very quickly, unfortunately.
Yeah. I also like the seeds that are being planted. The super click there, I think we're going to start
is not as strong as you
think
it is.
Yeah.
Possibly. They could be the unraveling, and I truly think that apparently Punk and Danielson. Punk has always said that him and Danielson are heart and Shawn Michaels of their generation. And I think that Kenny and Adam Cole are the heart. I think they're the next coming of it.
Yeah.
And their series of matches, whenever they happen, are going to be some of the best we've ever seen.
Yeah.
I think these are the kind of guys that can do your 2 out of 3 falls.
Yeah.
Your Iron Man matches, your last man standing matches, your classics, the ones where you need, 20 to 30 minute, just absolute barn burner match. And these are the guys that are going to give it to us. And I think, I look forward to that feud when it happens. I mean, I think it could be sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What I think is that Full Gear, coming out of Full Gear, I think there's going to be a resetting of of the chessboard. I think there's just going to be all sorts of things. Yeah.
I think there's going to be a huge shift. And, unlike the other big wrestling brand, which is going into a brand versus brand pay-per-view with absolutely no momentum, no heat, Survivor Series matches where teams have barely have people just showed up and now they're already on the match defending the brand. It's not how you do it. AEW is showing you how you do it. Build the heat. Look at, and then the landscape of the whole entire company can be changed at this pay-per-view.
Oh yeah.
And we're just presented with a plethora of new stories.
Yeah.
And that's what good writing and good planning does for these guys. Yeah.
I would love to see Adam Page win the title, then lose it again.
I think
shortly thereafter.
Just don't want to keep the belt on the good guy for too long.
Right. Yeah. You just kind of
don't like doing that for too long. You know, it's unfortunate. But the good guy doesn't get to keep the gold for too long,
Yeah.
The bad guy has to take it back. And the next bad guy to take it back, man. Look at the list of people. MJF, heel Punk, Miro.
Yeah.
And Miro promo tonight. This is just solid gold.
Yeah.
The feud with God. And now, it's just I'm sorry. But to get back to my wife, I have to kill you.
Yeah.
Your wife will have to be feeding you in a tube the rest of your life so I can go home to mine.
Yeah.
And
great. He's a great promo guy. I love Miro being back. Yeah, you're right. There's not going to be any shortage of individuals that are looking to take, what I will say Hangman's belt.
I'm just super curious about, the big questions to me are when does Dragonson and Punk take their first, when do they take their first L's? That's huge. When do they take their first losses? As far as the landscape of the company. And there's just a lot of questions, I feel like Full Gear is just gonna give us a lot.
Yeah.
And I think Tony is making it worth every penny of your money.
100%.
As he seems to do.
Yep.
I'm bought and sold now, AEW fan through and through.
Yeah. I'm glad to see that the pay-per-view showing at movie theaters. Shout out to AMC. Shout out to you apes out there.
Regals, I think.
Yeah.
Quite a few theaters were actually putting it out.
I'm telling you, AEW, man, it's the I would say it's the slow takeover, but that train is speeding up.
Well, it's if you like wrestling, watch it.
Yeah.
It's that easy, guys.
Yeah. I will say that the match that I am most looking forward to is the Punk Kingston match. And I'm just going to put it out there right now, especially after reading the article. I feel there, but after reading the article, I'm with the Mad King all the way. I'm with Eddie Kingston.
Going Mad King, huh?
I'm going Mad King. I'm not saying and I agree, he's not going to win the match.
He's not going to win.
What I want him to do is to turn Punk. Success will be turning Punk heel.
Well, or just unleashing the super villain that lies with him, that we all know lies caged inside right now. Yeah. Yes, there's the happy, fun-go-lucky guy that loves to do snow angels in the ring, but there's also a just absolute madman mastermind that lurks inside and wants to take over this company and wants it to be his creature. That's what we've all been waiting for. I mean, that's what I'm excited for anyway.
Because that just opens the door to so many opportunities with Punk as a heel.
And the thing is, with Danielson and Punk, I mean, if you keep them with these streaks and no gold on them, I mean, you don't really, their namesake lends itself to just, their value alone. You don't have to put a belt on them.
Right.
Just being in a feud with them, period, gets you tons of clout.
Yeah.
I mean, it did with Darby, clearly. I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I see either one of those guys. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't see either one of those guys holding a belt. Maybe until could be Full Gear next year. I don't
know. Maybe. Who knows? I mean, I feel like Tony's made the decision that AEW's, I mean, clearly the title is not defended. It's not going to be like I mean, that's the thing. Like, Kenny has only defended the title 7 times.
Yeah.
Before Full Gear. I think Full Gear will be the 8th defense. So, I mean, your champ doesn't wrestle a ton, doesn't defend the title a ton. So if say you're only going to have him, say you're going to have Hangman hold the title for like 2 or 3 months, he only needs to wrestle twice.
Yeah.
To defend the title. And he can have one win to make him look like a really good champ, have him win some tag matches on TV, and then have him job out the title.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But I mean, I see there's too many up and rising stars to. I just wonder if they're going to be a company that's like, all right, you get the belt, you get it for 6 months.
Well, I just don't want it to. I don't want it to be where you've got.
I want to be Damian Sandow.
Yeah, I don't want 10 guys who've had the belt for like 2 or 3 weeks at a time, and I don't want that.
It needs to be more important than that.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. I mean, I think they need, especially as a new company, you need to be very careful with how your champion, your world championship is presented.
Right.
And like I said, I think the minimum you can probably keep a guy on the belt is at least a few months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like the transitional 1-day transitional champ.
Right.
The
Yeah.
WWE.
Right.
Oh God. Guess what? You won the title. Guess what? You're losing it at Raw to a guy that just won Money in the Bank.
Right. Yeah.
There you go,
but
buddy.
At least you could say you were champion.
A one-time champ.
Yeah.
You're a one-time champion. And that's the thing. I mean, I feel like WWE was always putting a big cloud on how many time champion. Oh, John Cena's a 13-time champion. Now he's a 14-time champion. Triple H is a 12-time champion, and RKO is a 13-time champion. It's all these guys. How many times have you won the belt?
Right?
Because how long did you keep it?
Right, you're doing the math. And you're like, okay, you got all these guys whose eras intersect, and some actually just kind of go in lockstep with each other.
It's like,
how the hell are they? How the hell are they?
Man, I held the belt for a year and a half.
Right.
I was champion for 500 fucking days. How about that? Them apples. That's what it means. That's what it means. Something.
100%.
I won the title at Raw, and I lost it 2 weeks later on another Raw.
Yeah.
That's the world championship. I mean, I like it getting changed hands on TV you can do it once every couple of years.
Yeah.
And that it needs to be strictly pay-per-view business.
Yeah. 100%.
And strictly pay-per-view business, guys. I think everybody needs to check out Full Gear this weekend.
Full Gear, baby.
It's on Saturday. But until then, guys, V-Trigger that, subscribe and like. hit those for us. We really need them. Find us on the Twitter. What's it called again, Jerry?
We are at For Life Wrestling.
There we go.
On Twitter.
Hit that tweeter. Hit us up with your questions, your comments.
Hit that tweeter.
We like to talk to you guys.
Yeah. Hit that tweeter. V-trigger that subscribe button, all that stuff. But I don't know. I mean, like we've talked about, this is the best time to be a wrestling fan right now.
Epic. If you can get to a live show, just speaking from experience,
get there.
Have a blast.
Yeah. Those folks in Indianapolis tonight were rocking. The crowd was popping tonight. Good job.
And you go and you will feel appreciated. You will feel appreciated by the people that are there. Tony Khan will come out and thank you for being there. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is some legitimately just like the best time to be a wrestling fan, guys.
Yeah, it really is. Well, until next time, we're marked for life. I was gonna do the 4. We need to work on that. Maybe you do the 4 and I do the thing. All right, let's try that again. We're all right,
guys.
We're marked.
We are marked
for.
He's got it.
Yeah. Or should I do it this way? Is that looks more? This way?
This is an L.
L or
L.
No.
L.
Yeah. L. See, Britt Baker has it easier. She just does the D, M, D. Yeah, so much easier. All right, until we meet again. Deuces, y'all.
Deuces.